ইরানের জাহাজ আমেরিকার ব্লকেড উপেক্ষা করে সামনের দিকে এগোতে থাকে, তখন আমেরিকার যুদ্ধবাহী জাহাজ থেকে ইরানের জাহাজের উপর হামলা করা হয় এবং ইরানিয়ান জাহাজকে জব্দ করা হয়। এরই একটি ভিডিও আজকে আমরা দেখতেছি।
Shipping.
Motor vessel Tosca. Vacate your engine room. We're prepared to subject you to disabling fire.
Okay, we gave the flare. Now we're getting. U.S. forces open fire on the Iranian ship Tosca. I'm your host, Sal Mercogliano. Welcome to today's episode. So this is a developing story. We just got information released by the president, but also by U.S. Central Command. That video you just watched, 30 seconds, we're going to go back and break that down a little bit for you, was video released by Central Command on the Tosca. All right, first, let's go to the president's statement. Today, an Iranian-flagged cargo ship named Tosca, nearly 900 feet long and weighing almost as much as an aircraft carrier, tried to get past our naval blockade, and it did not go well for them. The U.S. Navy guided missile destroyer USS Spruance, that's from whose deck you saw the imagery, DDG-111, intercepted the Tosca in the Gulf of Oman and gave them fair warning to stop. The Iranian crew refused to listen, so our Navy ship stopped them right in their tracks by blowing a hole in the engine room. Right now, U.S. Marines have custody of the vessel. The Tosca is under U.S. Treasury sanctions because of their prior history of illegal activity. We have full custody of the ship and are seeing what's on board President Donald J. Trump. All right. So, a couple of things. I was a little...
তো আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন এখানে ইরানের শিপকে লক্ষ্য করে আমেরিকা গুলি ছোড়ে এবং ব্লকেড ভেঙে ইরানের শিপ যাওয়ার সময় ইরানিয়ান শিপকে জব্দ করা হয়। আর তাদের এখন আমেরিকান কাস্টডিতে আছে হলো ইরানিয়ান শিপ, আমেরিকারা ইরানের শিপ এটা আটকেই রাখছে।
leery of the idea that the United States Navy would have opened fire on Tosca right away. There is a procedure for doing a takedown. So let's go ahead and break down the president's statement here. First off, I am surprised that the U.S. Navy opened fire on Tosca with a main gun on board an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Usually there's other procedures, but again, we don't know all the details. We only know what's been given to us. So we're going to break this down. But remember, this comes on the heel of what happened Friday. So this is 0920 UTC time on 18 April. This is after the wave of tankers had begun to break out from the Persian Gulf. Remember, President Trump and the Iranian foreign minister said the strait was open on Friday. Then what we have was a series of incidents. At 0920, this tanker right here, Sanmar Herald, came under fire. Played that audio for you the other day. 2 IRGC gunboats were machine gunning the ship. Then at 11:25, this vessel, CMA CGM Everglade, came under attack. It also reported being machine gunned. So we already had Iranians attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Then at 12:08, a commercial passenger ship, probably Mein Schiff 4 or 5 right down here, reported projectiles falling in the water. So we had a series of attacks on Friday, the Iranians attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Fast forward to 19 April, out on the blockade line. We widen our field out here on marine traffic. Strait of Hormuz is up here. The blockade line runs from the Iran-Pakistan border here across to the northeastern part of Oman here. This is the vessel in question, the Tosca. This is the vessel that was stopped. Now let's break down Tosca for you in a little bit of detail. So she's a container ship built back in 2007, 19 years old in Korea.
ইরানিয়ান শিপ জব্দ করা নিয়ে বিবিসি কি বলছে সেটা এখন দেখা যাক।
Donald Trump says U.S. Marines have seized a vessel in the Gulf which tried to break the American blockade of Iranian ports. He's posted on social media that U.S. forces stopped the ship by blowing a hole in its engine room. It's not clear if there were any casualties. It comes ahead of a U.S. delegation, including the Vice President, visiting Pakistan for further talks with Iran as the end of their 2-week ceasefire draws closer.